Aisha was listed as questionable earlier. Do you anticipate any restrictions for her today or just full go?
She should be good to go.
Then last game, offensively was a tough one for VK and Paige. Just what are some of the things that maybe you can take from that Atlanta game as like that early season, rhythm building process to go?
Yeah, totally. They just established a physicality early that we struggled to get comfortable with. So pushed us off our spots, couldn't get catches, struggled to get people in the screen. So we've got to just come out with a different level of physicality. And then again, as those two continue to learn to play together, just figuring out the flow and how to help each other on the floor together, along with the other three that are on the floor. So it's coming together game by game. We're getting better in some little things.
And I noticed you're watching film for, Alba Page, like at shoot around. Just what are some of the things that you like to see maybe from her as she continues to, balance like, point guard, getting others involved, and then also like finding her spots to score as well.
Yeah, so she's learning a new system, and she's learning it quick, and it's that balance exactly, right? It's wanting her to be extremely aggressive, looking for her own offense, while at the same time finding ways to incorporate everybody. We're at our best when all five are hunting, and so yeah, the more we watch together, it's just kind of defining what our floors should look like, what the spacing should look like, and then talking about what good shots are. Like, what is a good shot? And so the more we can kind of talk about it and watch it, then the more she becomes an extension of our coaching staff on the floor.
About Keisha, maybe stood out to you and impressed you with how she's adapting to this next level, like any one thing that stands out.
I think, I'll give you one on the floor and one off the floor. On the floor, she just is extremely high IQ and picks things up very quickly. And so I think we take that for granted sometimes, but need to continue to slow down and not skip steps there. But off the floor, I've just been really impressed with her intentionality behind relationship building and finding ways to lead as a rookie.
Chris, being back here in Connecticut, a little bit of a full circle moment. Now you get to coach. You did coach a game here once as a head coach, fill-in head coach. Any reflection now being back here as a head coach and where your W career started?
Yeah, it's just a special place. The people make the place, and we had an incredible run here, and that was all because of the people. So to come back and see just the friendly faces, welcome you and remember you, yeah, it's just incredible.
What are you learning these first week or so in? Like what you didn't expect that now has happened, or what you didn't know that now you do know?
Yeah, a lot each game, just in terms of the feel will develop as we continue to play, but just with um, lineup management, timeout management, little things game to game in terms of what buttons to push, when to let people ride, how to get people going, how to make them feel comfortable, um, and how to make it all fit together. So leaning on my staff a lot and really partnering with the players too, and seeking out their thoughts as they're out there feeling it and living it.
When your team's still working on figuring out your identity, get on the board going against a Sun team that's kind of in the same boat in terms of figuring out their identity, what are some big keys for you guys to come out with it?
Yeah, just a general urgency, and not an urgency to press that we need a win. I'm preaching more an urgency towards the small things that will make us who we are. So offensively, defensively, our anchors, those little things that we're trying to get better at every day, that we're watching in film, that we're cleaning up. So just challenging them to have an urgency and a consistency in those small areas that will ultimately lead to positive results.
Yep. One more. Where are you at with Enrique's a great player, great scores, a slower start
Yeah.
than normal. Where are you at? What's your barometer at with Enrique a weekend? How to get her going?
Yeah, just it's early. It's early, and there's lots of new players, and it's a new system, and so just continuing to have patience. And of course, like 0-4, not a great start. She's not off to the best start individually. Of course, everyone's a little frustrated, but being able to talk through it, that's what I've appreciated the most, is just being able to have open, honest conversation about how it's feeling out there. And, hearing the players out, hearing Enrique out, and trying to meet her there and be able to get her going. We need the best version of Enrique, and we need her feeling good. And also, finding those moments to continue to challenge everyone and to stick with it and to have patience, because I think that's a crazy expectation to think that this was all going to come together right away.
Dorothy, go ahead. Dorothy, you're muted if you're trying to talk.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hi, Coach. Thanks for your time. I hope this wasn't already asked. I just wanted to ask you, maybe what are two or three things that you want the team to learn from the first four games and from these experiences to continue to help them to learn and grow and keep their confidence and their morale up? Just two or three things that maybe you want them to really take away from this experience.
Yeah, number one, it's hard to win in this league. It's extremely hard to win in this league, and you need a consistency. And we just haven't been able to put 40 minutes together. And they felt that we've been close, right? It's been 2 possession games in the fourth quarter of all of these games, so we're right there. But it's going to take just another level of consistency. And then, finding ways when it's not going our way. That's the resolve that we're trying to create. To, if it's not going well for you, do something for a teammate. If we're struggling, how can somebody keep us together out there and be able to respond through those stretches that come, so that, a 5-0 run, 7-0 run doesn't turn into a 10, 12-0 run. So some resiliency within there, and just like a stick-to-itiveness of, we're right there. And if we continue to focus on the right things, that the win will come.
Ron Poulin, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. How you doing today?
Hey, Ron, great.
Good. Two quick things. Watching tape of Connecticut, it seems to me they threw a number of players to help on penetration. Question one, how important is having good ball speed in this game?
Yeah, I mean, if they started the way they started the last game with Sheldon, maybe Rivers, you've got all sorts of different primary ball handlers that could bring the ball up the floor. So we've got to be able to give the ball some resistance early and be able to get our floor established and defense set and loaded, so that we can try to execute a plan of attack. So, and then Hartley off the bench again, like they've got some really good guard play, and then you can't lose sight of the inside presence with Tina and Ono. Just to really, I mean, Tina, one of the best ever. And then Ono, I'm just really impressed with her impact on the game, just with her motor, effort, energy, defensive presence. So yeah, they're in the same boat as us, right? They're scratching and clawing, and it's going to be lots of urgency and energy out there tonight.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Rob, go ahead.
Thank you. Rob Tianson from the Podium Finish. Coach, you may have touched upon this earlier, but as you steer to get the team moving in the right direction, how would you describe the level of collaboration between yourself and the players when it comes to adjustments on the offensive end and building towards a winning formula?
Yeah, continuing to seek out how they're feeling, because they're living through it. And at the same time, standing firm and holding firm to, we've got to be better and clean up some little things first, so we can see what we actually want the floor to look like and what we want the action to look like. So we've just been a little undisciplined, and we haven't been consistent enough in establishing our early space. And then again, little things with the physicality of being able to set and use screens. So all to be expected early, and especially with a new team. So, but there's lots of collaboration, and it's good. It's just really good, productive talk.
DJ, go ahead.
Coach Koclanes, Jamari Moreau Sports Media. I wanted to ask, what is the biggest area of improvement you want to see on the offense, or the biggest takeaway that you're looking for on the offensive end today?
I want us sprinting and establishing space. So that's been, a real big emphasis of ours early. Just getting the floor to look like how we want it to look initially. And once we can do that more consistently, we can get the ball where it needs to go and get people, in spots that we need to get them in.
Elvin, go ahead.
All right, thanks. Hey, Coach. So, given your background as a defensive coordinator, what defensive strategies are you focusing on to address the team's current challenges?
Just day by day, continuing to establish our anchors defensively. We want to establish a disruptive system that all starts with our ability to guard the ball and then our ability to be connected with all five on the same page, establishing a crowded floor and really finding what the action is offensively and how the offense is trying to attack you and everybody moving towards it. So just continuing to work towards our connectivity with all five on the same page.
All right, great. Thanks.
Real quick on this much see for the last couple of years. Really saw her improve in this off season. Just what do you like about what she's doing in terms of how her game has matured over the last couple of years and what her role is going to be on this team moving forward or on the bench?
Yeah, her just consistent energy right now off the bench. You know what you're going to get from her, and she's been that, and it's been impressive. Just when she comes in, she's nonstop running up and down the floor. She's crashing every single time. She's competing with a relentless desire and not giving up on plays. So we need that from her, and then challenging her to continue to be aggressive and score the ball. You know, she creates a lot of opportunities for herself just with her general, energy and cutting. But continuing to give her confidence to hunt threes. And, when we go a little small and she might have mismatches, just bring people out to the perimeter and then find that balance of letting the ball fly versus attacking closeouts. And then challenging her to lead as well, and find ways because she, just has that about her, just a super positive person and is somebody that can help us stick together through some challenging stretches like the one we're in.
Only 4 games, obviously everything's a small sample size, but Ty has been significant positive. What have you liked about her impact so far this season, and then what can you also take away from that run that the bench group had in the fourth quarter of the game?
Yeah, one, just the resolve, and I thought that group played really well together. And Ty just brings us an organization, right? She's a vet, she's extremely smart, high IQ, and has an ability to get everyone where they need to be. And so the game moves fast, and I'm not always able to, help on the fly. So when you have Ty, who can feel that out there and get the ball where it needs to go, it just really helps.